Hello, dear friends. Today I want to talk a little about how to be resilient in this very difficult final stage of nature in winter, a wonderful winter time. Winter is coming to an end, spring is about to come, and the sun is shining, and it would seem that the spring inner state would please every person. But we are facing a number of certain influenza conditions, and people are getting colds. I want to give you some tips and recommendations today, what you need to not get sick, and even if you somehow caught a cold and some kind of virus entered your body, how to quickly restore yourself. First of all, my friends, you need to have the right inner state. What does it mean? There is no need to be afraid of diseases. You must always be ready for anything in life, but live on high vibrations, in a state of understanding that everything will be fine with you. When you do not have fear, then the informational disease will not stick to you, it will bypass your body, and any disease always exists initially in the form of information. Of course, you need to pay attention to your biological body and keep a certain high immunity. What is high immunity? This is a proper healthy diet. It is feeding yourself with the necessary micro and macro elements, a vitamin complex that always gives you a high level of immunity. What can I advise and recommend to you? Well, first of all, I want to share my own experience because the most reliable is what you have checked on your own experience. Therefore, our family always uses herbal teas, but we use non-pharmacy herbs because all pharmacy herbs undergo a certain chemical heat processing and lose their useful properties. Therefore, we brew herbs which sometimes we collect ourselves, sometimes someone will treat us. A decoction of juniper twigs and juniper berries is very useful, and it is also very useful to chew juniper berries. In general, many doctors recommend during such periods of influenza diseases and the influenza state of a person, it is very useful and very effective to brew needles and drink coniferous decoctions. And as you already know, when certain hospitals were built, for example tuberculosis dispensaries, they always tried to build them in forests where there are a lot of coniferous trees. It turns out that the needles and its essential oils and certain substances that it emits even kill Koch's bacillus and various viral influenza diseases. Therefore, breathe coniferous trees, walk in the fresh air, breathe needles. Be sure to take a decoction of needles. Jam from cedar cones or pine cones is also very useful. We also cook them ourselves, mix them, sprinkle the spring cones with sugar in the springtime and cook such a jam. I make my own jam. It must be brought to a boil several times, but not boiled, 6 times, and then boiled for the last time and poured into sterilized jars. This jam is very useful from cedar cones or pine cones for various colds or infectious diseases. I recommend you with pleasure. Take care of yourself, take care of your family, eat only what is very useful, only what will fill and properly saturate your body. I also want to give advice and recommendations in such a transitional time, when winter is already completing its beauty and spring is coming. When vitamin deficiency occurs in the body, eat sandwiches with butter. It is advisable to eat homemade butter. Always use in the diet a lot of dairy products and homemade sour cream, which will create you a good state of health. When you treat yourself correctly and carefully, when you internally feel a state of happiness, joy, harmony and calm, there will always be a good state of health in your body. Well, what to do if you have already caught a cold, got sick? First, stop being afraid. It's just a common cold. Stop panicking and take care of yourself. Do an inhalation. Here's the recipe for you. For 2 liters of hot boiling water in a bowl, take 2 tablespoons of soda, 2 tablespoons of salt, and 30 or 40 drops of iodine. You can add even 50 drops. Pour boiling water and cover yourself under this bowl and breathe well, taking a deep breath in through your mouth and a deep breath out. Breathe until the water has cooled down. When the water has cooled, dry yourself, put a warm scarf on your head, wrap yourself in a warm blanket, and sit down in meditation. And the next morning you are a completely healthy person. Here are some top tips and tricks for you. My friends, in order not to get sick, you must always be an internal optimist. You must not be afraid of illness. After all, as many doctors say, all of us, all diseases are from our head. Therefore, your inner correct thinking, correct attitude to life will give you a correct and strong state of health. Be healthy, and I will still share with you my own tips and tricks and my experience. See you soon. Bye.